Okay, well, that's accomplished.
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
What are the quests in this event? Anyone there? Please help. There's someone under here? Do you need a hand? Please help us. Pull. Thank you so much. You're welcome? We've been stuck down here for some time. That's it? You're not gonna, like, give me some? Oh, okay. A giant shadow suddenly fell upon us. So terrifying. Oh, bye. They were all stepped on and squished by the dragon. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. All right. Well, there should be a new quest over here then. We're not going to start that, but I do want to just go over and see. Oh, and we unlocked more of this area, it looks like. Come to think of it, Princess Simist asked us to come meet her again after some time had passed. Paimon wonders if she's found a hero with the whatever. No, who can read that fast? Literally who? Who? Oh wait, no, you want me to go back and talk to the princess. The answer of the lotus and leaves and forest. Actually, you know what? We have 20 minutes left, so we might as well just do this. We might as well. Wait, where am I going? Down this way. Okay. Is that a hilichurl over there? One moment. I'll be right with you, princess. I have some murder to commit really quickly. Oh, he's just dancing. I'm still gonna kill him. Oh. It's a lot of fire. Where'd the little hamsters go? Did I burn the hamsters down? I may have burned the hamsters down. That's my bad. No one saw anything. That scorched earth was like that when I got there. So, we're all completely stumped. Looks like I'm here now too. Oh, it's you! Such a relief that you've come. Thank you for coming, my honorable paladin. We seem to have run into a rather peculiar problem. Peculiar problem? Oh no, don't tell Paimon that the relic hasn't acknowledged Mr. Furrowbear either. If the problem was only that I hadn't been acknowledged as guardian, that would actually be simpler. How to put this? Mr. Furrowbear is indeed the champion jumper. That much is indisputable. But the trial he passed was Rainsong Pond's jumping contest, and when he was acknowledged as champion, it was a committee that declared him so. It is true that Her Highness resides in a tall tower, and that in this kingdom does indeed have its own series of arduous trials. But she clearly isn't trapped, much less needs me to jump up and rescue her. And those trials, no matter how good I was at jumping, I'd never be able to pass them. They just aren't designed for paper frogs. I get it. So on paper, you seem like the perfect candidate, but the details they just don't work out. It's just not it. What are we to do if we can't complete our calling? You keep talking about this calling of yours, and Mr. Bear mentioned it too. What exactly is it? If you haven't found the guardian and the princess you're looking for, why don't you just keep looking? Even if you don't find them right this instant, it's not like this place is going to vanish into thin air. Our kingdom exists for its calling. It is also the only way we can save it. Likewise, the residents of Rainsong Pond have sacrificed so much and are continuing to sacrifice for that princess who's nowhere to be found. Who told you that the princess existed, though? Generation after generation of champions have quietly aged away, all memory of their deeds fading away into oblivion. Mr. Horaloo has spoken of these brave ones before, weighed down by the burden of unrealized ambition. They are left with no other choice but to end their days in obscurity. Such a fate is crueler than the fall of a kingdom. Is it? Bear, we talked about this before. You said you were going to reconsider, and now we must have faith in our champion. If I were perched on a lotus leaf and suddenly found myself drifting away with the current, I would do my best to make sure it didn't capsize in the middle of the river. Now that I carry the lotus head bangle, I cannot shirk my duty. This has nothing to do with courage, Mr. Horaloo, just duty. Paimon knew our lotus leaf rafting experience wasn't a complete waste of time. Spoken like a true champion. But if I do end up going overboard, you'll have to call for a stamp. He'd definitely be better at this than I am. He's the real champion when it comes down to it, so why have I ended up being the one on the lotus leaf? Looks like we still have to go rafting a few more times. You sure are one unique champion. No matter how hard you try, you're always convinced you're going to fail. You really needn't worry. After all, not only did you come here entirely of your own accord, but you had the courage to shoulder a great responsibility. You were brave enough to make a choice and boldly follow through with it. At least in my eyes, you're no less than any flying squirrel. Your Highness, thank you for your praise and for your trust. Besides, I'm already on this lotus leaf, so I can't get off now anyway. Well, anyway, now that we have the backing of so many strong fighters, I think it's high time we headed into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs to see what lurks in its depths. Oh, that door thing? Suborn? Safash? I give up. There's no use trying to stop me. After all, when have you ever succeeded in holding me back? Come on, lighten up. This is the last clue we need to save the kingdom. But not a single princess that's gone into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs has ever come back out again. If there's nothing in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs, what does it matter whether I return or not? But on the other hand, if there really is a clue to the salvation of the kingdom in there, then even if I were to be trapped inside, that wouldn't be such a bad thing, would it? What kind of place is the Cave of Eerie Murmurs, anyway? And why does your Highness sound so serious? Oh, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Simply put, it's where those princesses of past kingdoms searched for the answer. But even until the day their kingdoms vanished utterly, those princesses were never seen again. Huh? By never seen again, surely you don't mean the cave ate them? There isn't a single flying squirrel that knows, but we'll find out soon enough. To be safe, I'll bring the relic along with us. Who knows? It might just come in handy. If nothing else, I'm sure it makes a great projectile. You could just throw it at someone. It's a giant spiky ball, after all. All right, everyone, let's go. Given that One of you is an expert flyer and the other a champion jumper. I trust you'll both be able to keep up with me. Well, Her Highness has flown off already. Let's catch up. All right, off we go. This way. Hi. Oh, pleasure to meet you. It seems you're a popular one indeed. Even Her Highness Princess Simist knows you. Where's his stamp? Oh, that good fellow? He said he was going for a stroll to get some fresh air. Perhaps he's practicing his diving as we speak. If only a stamp could share some of his relaxed mindset with Farabear, even a fifth of it would do. About the price paid by Rainsong Pond. Oh, such a heavy topic. Well, seeing as you've asked, it would be rude not to give you an answer. Oh, but everything seems fine over at Rainsong Pond. You all look so happy to be jumping around and taking part in the contest. In one sense, that is so. The waters of Rainsong Pond have never dried up, and the contest has never been interrupted. Each committee working tirelessly away, and each contestant training constantly, doing everything they can to be up to the task of saving the princess someday. But all those paper frogs endlessly laboring, they are the price that Rainsong Pond has paid. From the moment we are born, our calling is to practice jumping and save the princess. Every aspect of life at Rainsong Pond revolves around this. Innumerable paper frogs have sat on Rainsong Pond's committee, and countless champions have been chosen. But all this time, we've never managed to find our princess. Generation upon generation of frustrated champions have thus aged away, not knowing how to fulfill the calling that they so cherished. All they can do is watch helplessly as their once powerful legs grow weak and their fine webbed feet gradually wither away. And worst of all, because our champions keep aging, we must constantly train new ones to ensure that we have the strongest paper frogs ready at all times should the princess suddenly appear. So Rainsong Pond's contest continues without any sign of ending. Yet now, none remember the names of those champions who, though they too once cherished the calling, ended up aging away in helpless impotence. As Princess Simist put it, weighed down by the burden of unrealized ambition, they are left with no other choice but to end their days in obscurity. Such a fate is crueler than the fall of a kingdom. But that's enough about all that. The atmosphere is suddenly feeling rather heavy. Let us place our trust in Farabear and Princess Simist. I'm sure they'll be able to do something about it. Okay. Sweet, I can teleport there. Didn't the princess take us to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs before? Paimon's sure she heard a strange voice while we were there. Just to let you guys know, us paper frogs aren't very good at jumping in caves. Don't worry, Mr. Farabear. Paimon might have just been hearing things. I am a voice, but a voice is not life. Interaction is only born of contradictions, and only interaction is dialogue. There it is again. Do not fear. These voices will not harm us. They're simply lamenting their own past. Are these the princess's voices? To be precise, both princesses and princes. What they have in common is they are all voices from fallen kingdoms. They came in search of answers, but found nothing. All they could do was stay and lament their fate in vain. Well, you seem to know this place well. You show great intuition. As one would expect of a paladin, that is correct. I have come here often since my ascension. After all, compared to all those princesses and princes from the past, there's nothing special about me at all. Can't you, like, withstand winds or whatever? Doesn't that make you special? Oh, it disconnected. Hold on. Did it reconnect? One second. It did reconnect. Whatever. Sorry about that. I don't know why it disconnected like that. It is storming where I live, so that might be why. You think it's okay now? I think it is. I think it fixed itself. It just randomly started thunderstorming really badly. So if that happens again, we might just end it. But we continue for now. Stream's almost over anyway. It was wishful thinking indeed for me to have imagined that a miracle might suddenly happen and that I'd find our true guardian just like that. But for the sake of my kingdom, I had to keep searching for a way to fulfill my calling. I could not simply stand by and watch it fade away. Exactly, it's 7:30 anyhow. It's the universe telling me I need to stop reading before my throat dies. So I looked everywhere but found nothing. Finally, though, I narrowed down my search to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. But because this cave has never been thoroughly investigated, and so as not to drive Suborn and Sefaish, stop putting his name in text. I don't want to read this guy's name. Sick with worry or cause their voices to go hoarse, I have never entered the Cave of Eerie Murmurs itself. Now, for the future of the kingdom and all our aged champions, I have no choice but to go in. Don't be afraid, Your Highness. Not only do you have the super strong Storm and the champion jumper Mr. Faro Bear to back you up, but also the seasoned floater Paimon too. No matter what happens, we'll make sure you stay safe. Right, Storm? Mr. Faro Bear? Leave it all to me. We've got your back, I think. I mean, we've hopefully got your back. Seriously, caves really aren't designed for jumping in. It's all right, Mr. Champion. We still have plenty of time to prepare. After all, we need to figure out how to get into the cave first. Try to open the door. That'll have to wait for next time. All right, that is gonna be it for the day. Tomorrow will for sure be Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. And then I don't know what next week will hold. We'll figure that out when we get there. But thank you all for coming. Sorry about the weird cutoff. Did not expect a random storm. But have a good night, everyone.